Sasa Kalajdzic's future at Wolverhampton Wanderers has once again been thrown into doubt after rediscovering his fitness and form during a successful loan spell with LASK. The Austrian striker has admitted that he is not ruling out another move away from Molineux before the transfer window closes. Kalajdzic has endured an extremely difficult few years since joining Wolves. Repeated injury setbacks have prevented him from building any momentum, and he has so far managed only 350 minutes across 16 appearances for the English club, scoring 3 goals and providing 1 assist. His first major setback came on his Wolves debut. The Austrian suffered a serious knee injury which ruled him out for the remainder of the season. Then, in February 2024, while on loan at Eintracht Frankfurt, he suffered another major injury and spent 437 days on the sidelines, missing the entire 2024-25 campaign. Last season, however, completely changed the picture. Wolves sent Kalajdzic on loan to LASK, and his return to Austria allowed him to finally rebuild his fitness and confidence. He missed only 7 days through injury and finished the campaign with 7 goals and 11 assists from 27 appearances, while also winning the title with the Austrian club. The striker has now returned to visit his former side. Kalajdzic was at the stadium last Friday as LASK recorded a 4-1 victory over SV Ried, using the opportunity to say goodbye to people at the club following his successful loan spell. During that visit, Sky Austria directly asked whether he would consider returning to LASK. His answer left the possibility open. Kalajdzic explained that LASK hold a special place in his heart and confirmed that he remains in contact with sporting director Dino Buric and others at the Austrian club. When discussing the possibility of another move, he summed up his position by saying that he never closes any doors. There is, however, an important distinction. Kalajdzic also made clear that the current plan is not for him to remain in Linz. In other words, there is no indication at present that another move to LASK is being negotiated or represents his preferred option. The striker was also careful not to raise expectations among LASK supporters. He explained that he does not want to give them false hope, but equally does not want to categorically rule out a return because circumstances in football can change quickly. For Wolves, however, there is an important contractual issue that could force a decision. Kalajdzic has entered the final year of his contract at Molineux. That means if Wolverhampton want to recover a transfer fee for him, this summer represents one of their final opportunities before he could potentially leave for nothing in 2027. That leaves Cesar Peixoto and the Wolves hierarchy with an interesting decision. On one hand, they now have a striker who appears physically fit again and is coming off a productive season, a very different situation from the injury-plagued player of previous years. On the other, keeping him without agreeing a new contract would leave Wolves at risk of losing him for nothing next summer. Therefore, despite Kalajdzic returning to Wolverhampton, a summer departure remains a genuine possibility. He has not said that he wants to leave Wolves, nor has he confirmed that he wants to return to LASK. But his comments were clear enough to keep every possibility open. After rebuilding his career in Austria, the coming weeks could now determine whether Sasa Kalajdzic finally receives a genuine opportunity under Cesar Peixoto, or whether his difficult Wolverhampton Wanderers chapter comes to a permanent end this summer.